Well, welcome back. Welcome back. It gives me now great pleasure to welcome Joël Bouzou. Joël Bouzou, thank you for being with us today. And
thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. So, Joël Bouzou is president and founder of Peace and Sport, which is an international, neutral, and independent organization which is based in Monaco that promotes peace using the power of sport under the high patronage of His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco. So, Joël Bouzou, you are president of the World Olympian Association and president of the French Pentathlon Federation. As current VP, Vice President of the World Pentathlon, you have participated this is very impressive, 4 Olympic Games in modern pentathlon, 1980, 1984, bronze medalist, 1988 and 1992. And you won the World Championship in 1987. So speaking about sport, I guess you are absolutely qualified. And you also are currently advisor to His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco and a board member of the Sports Association, the AS Monaco Football Club, which is quite renowned football club as well, by the way. So again, thank you very much for being here, Joël. It's an honor to have you here. And it's also a tremendous opportunity to discover or to know better, I would say, Peace and Sport, that association that you have created. So how did you come in the, making up and creating and inventing and imagining Peace and Sport? That's about 15 years ago?
Yes, exactly 15 years ago. It's a long course, but it's also the result of my sport career, which one day I realized that had made me a different person, a citizen of the world. And this does not happen in 5 minutes, because when I was a young person born in the southwest of France, even the people from Paris were foreigners for me. They had a different humor, they spoke in a different way, and I was a bit afraid of them, But when you do sport, when you reach at one moment the international level and finally you get to know other people from other cultures, they are opponents to you in sport. But progressively you integrate them, you respect their differences, their culture and so on, and one day you embrace them. So at the end, sport is completely neutral. Sport is gathering all the people, whatever ethnic group, religion, gender, social classes they belong to, and you realize that finally it could be a tool. It could be a tool which, if you use it well, could gather the people despite their differences. And this is what I have discovered in sport at international level. This is what I have discovered as an Olympian. With a lot of friends everywhere, we are like one. One thing very important, which sometimes people don't realize, because everybody is speaking about equality. What is equality? We know equality does not exist. It does not exist in sport, as it does not exist in society. But what is paramount in sport is equity, the equality of chances. Despite your origin, you have the same rule, you share the same rule. And you are under equity conditions, which means that there is a truth going out of the meeting with the others. The best is winning when the rules are respected. The rules are sacred, and from that you understand that with equity you can build up. You can build up self-esteem, and we realize that poverty is not the absence of dignity, but having the chance to experience equity in sport, even in poverty condition, give you a chance to build up self-esteem. And when you do that, you access to dignity in an active way. And finally, you can be accepted by the others and accept the others at the community level, at the international level, for diplomatic purposes sometimes, but it's a pillar, at the end, a global pillar for peace. And so we created this organization. When I say we created, yes, I had the idea, but with other people, especially His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco, neutral country, independent, 5-time Olympian, And this idea to use sport as a tool, as a vector for peace, for diplomacy through sport, that was the reason why we created Peace and Sport, and
Right,
that was
that's,
15 years ago.
That's a very noble vision. So how would you describe the major achievements you are the most proud of?
Oh, there are several ones. I could speak about the white card campaign, you know, a white card.
Oh, yes.
Like you have a yellow or a red card in football. We created a white card. This is a symbol of respecting the other through sport, whatever origin, anywhere in the world. Last year, 170 million people involved. We have also stars joining us like Didier Drogba, Lionel Messi, Sia Colisi, the captain of the rugby from South Africa. Stars who recognize themselves in the approach we have and who help us with their fans, dispatching. We have 119 champions like that at the international level. We have actions in refugee camps, for example, in Jordan, Al-Zatari camp. It's a camp which is in the middle of desert, 40 kilometers from the border of Syria. And in this camp you have 80,000 people, you have kids born every day, and nothing walls around, and these people need to continue to interact with each other, to respect each other for the time when finally they will not be refugees anymore. And so sport creates hope. We educate educators. We work with international federations there. We work with the support of UNHCR. And that's one of our achievements.
Right. What about the major challenges you are facing?
The challenges are wars, you know,
wars, yeah.
And there is one in this moment.
Yeah.
But we should never lose the hope that
Right.
even in that condition, the citizens from the countries can still be united through sport in a certain way. Maybe not through competitions, but there are other ways. This is how we made the two Koreas in Pyeongchang Olympic Games to be together, not only at the opening ceremony, but in the competition, with only one coach, with only one delegation. And that can build up diplomatic discussions with the leaders. We had in the US Open years ago in tennis, we had a Pakistani and an Indian, Bopana and Kershi, playing together in double. And the fact that they could respect each other, speak together and so on was at the origin of a meeting between the ambassadors. So the ice was broken and other issues could be discussed. So this is what we can do with sport in a diplomatic way.
Yeah. All those challenges are in fact opportunities, right? So
Exactly.
Peace and Sport is built around 4 key pillars. Mobilize, connect, demonstrate, advocate. Can you elaborate on those 4 pillars?
We need to show that sport is a solution. So for that, we need to put programs on the ground. We need to measure the impact. And then, if sport is a solution to bring peace between communities, we need to advocate so that people know about it. Who can advocate? Who better than a champion like Lionel Messi, for example, can speak about that? Like Didier Drogba, you know, the appeal of Khartoum, when he took all the players with him at a time when the country was divided, and everybody falling down on their knees saying, you know, we are from different origins, from different ethnic groups, but we play together, and we qualified the country for the World Cup. To put the arms down, organize elections, speak to each other, respect. They can influence so many fans, but also the government leaders, that bridges become possible, and that's what we do.
Right. Yeah, it's very impressive. So, can you tell us about the Peace and Sport Awards that you have launched as well? It's very
so
exciting.
every year we organize a forum where we gather the Peace and Sport family. It could be NGOs, governments, champions, companies. And the Peace and Sport Awards are there to promote, highlight, duplicate the best practices. It could be the champion of the year. A champion in peace and sport is much more than an athlete winning medals or winning big competitions. We are interested in what they can do with that, what they can do with their notoriety. So this year the champion is Rudy Gobert, a French basketball player playing in NBA who has a foundation where he's helping kids with very modest origins. He's also involved with peace and sport. But we have, for example, governments. This year the government of Portugal was there because they have understood that they are not developing sport for sport. They are not developing sport to only get people feeling better in their body or having results. They do it for social reasons, right, to bring the people together. Mm. So these are, sometimes it is the best NGO, sometimes it is the best April 6th initiative of the year. So these awards, because they are in the media after, give motivation to new people to get involved, and they allow us to showcase the best practices so that they can be duplicated everywhere where the conditions require it.
Right. Actually, we are today, April 6th. It's not by accident that you're here, because we wanted you to celebrate this International Day of Sport and Peace. It's a UN initiative together with you. Can you just outline
It's a UN initiative supported by the IOC in the beginning, which has created a special day to promote sport as a tool for development and peace.
Mm. And how long has it been?
It has been there since 2013, and peace and sport as a kind of leadership on the event. We have more than 2,000 events on that day.
On that day, so
yeah. This is also when we put together our white card campaign.
Right.
It will be a very important celebration.
So today is the day. Today is the day. I'm sure that our participants are very interested in that, in peace and sport, that concept, that vision. You have to keep up and build the momentum all the time, right? You cannot take a break on that, because the world is the world and the situation is what we live every day now. The outlook is not bright, but so how do you build that momentum, this ongoing momentum? You mentioned that briefly. You have some selected ambassadors, peace and sport ambassadors, another. Yes. So that's a network. How do you plan and you manage and drive that momentum?
First of all, I mean, we observe the world always, and we try to dispatch sport as a solution for peace in places where we can see there are friction. So we try to convince governments that they should use a solution. We mobilize a sport movement on the spot. We inspire champions who help us, and we set up programs so that the kids, the young, the parents get involved and understand that there are alternatives to friction. We can break the hatred by sport. Right. It happened to me. As a French, I had grandfathers who didn't like the Germans. Yeah. But the Germans were becoming my best friends when I was a young athlete, because we had these exchanges. So when there is friction, we do that. When there is war, we try to keep the connections between athletes. Maybe it's not through sport at this time, but it is through social networks today. We can have people involved in places which are far from the conflict. And after when a peace is decided, sometimes the populations are not ready. So sport is a solution to bring people always again together and to accelerate the reconciliation. So this is the vision we have. This is what we do.
Right. Interesting. And how do you the everyday daily work and you getting organized in Monaco itself? I mean, within the Principality. I mean, you are definitely in charge. I mean, spreading the message all over the world. But in the Principality, I mean, partnership, alliances, How does it work here
Yes,
locally?
we are fortunate that we have for sure the support of His Highness Prince Albert II. He is a patron of peace and sport, which is very important for us. We have the support of the government who helps us. Even if we are an independent organization, we have this support to help the logistics, to support some of our staff and so on. So that's important. And we have some companies also helping us, like Arena Group helping us. We have companies helping some programs like Danone and for some of our programs. We have a staff which is based here, but people are traveling a lot also. And what is great is here from Monaco is that if you want to meet a head of state to discuss a potential program or to answer to a request or invitation, in many countries it's very difficult because you have a sophisticated foreign office in the back or whatever. In Monaco it's very simple. We are small enough, we are independent enough, and we are high enough in the consideration and high enough in the media to be able to contact people and to act. Yeah. And when we act, they know that what we say is the truth. Our agenda is really what we say. There is no international group behind or sophisticated conglomerate behind. It is easy to work.
Yeah.
Then you have to work.
Yeah. What you see is what you get.
Exactly.
Exactly. So you're also raising funds, right, from here and to finance all your projects. So how does it work? Are you successful in raising funds?
We have private donors. Yeah. Sometimes we have companies helping us. It's true that more and more social responsibility, which is a vector now for companies, can be interesting for us with them because it gives an opportunity to both. So it's like it's a virtuous circle, and we are. I mean, I'm very happy that you asked this question because we are absolutely searching for support, right, and in order to deliver more programs in the future.
And then what I can say is that the Summit website, the Monaco Private Label Summit website, has a partners space and section, and there is a peace and sport, dedicated peace and sport section, so that if you click on it, you will discover everything that you need to know and you want to know, and you will be happy to learn about. So we are at the end of this very lively and very enjoyable conversation. So Joël, what message would you like to address to our participants from around the world?
First, I think it's a very interesting group because you gather people from all around the world who have different cultures, who belong to different religions or ethnic groups. They and somewhere, because I think their activities are international, they are also citizens of the world. So please look at sport in that way. This is a vector to bring humanity together. And if you help us from Monaco doing that, maybe you will be also a builder of peace. And we would like to collaborate with you, and we would enjoy that.
Fantastic. Well, you can count on us, that's for sure. Again, thank you, Joël Bouzou, for being with us and then for sharing all these beautiful and very highly interesting news and information. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your invitation.
Okay. Merci.
Merci.